One Piece is not exactly the average anime that everyone watches. With over 970 episodes, that's a lot of episodes. I have to say, I've seen about 700 episodes, and yeah, I haven't caught up, but here's what I've noticed when I watch it. When you're binging episode after episode, it doesn't feel like this extremely long series and you don't know when it's gonna end. It actually feels really short and the episodes go by real quick. The worst thing that can happen while you're binging One Piece is actually catching up to the anime, because that's what's happened to me in the past. When you're watching 20, 30 episodes every single day and then suddenly you can only watch one episode a week, everything changes. It feels like it's going super slow. With that being said, One Piece is definitely one of the best and longest running shonen ever. It's basically a classic at this point. And One Piece has a lot of dedicated fans, so what can One Piece go against? Which anime could the fans of One Piece really go up against? I could say Naruto, I could say Bleach, but surprisingly in this video, I think that we can compare Hunter x Hunter to One Piece and see which one of these anime is truly better. Hunter x Hunter needs no introduction. 148 episodes, Studio Madhouse, rated 9.07 on my anime list. If you ask anyone what their top 5 anime is, I bet you Hunter x Hunter is definitely on that list. So, which is better, One Piece or Hunter x Hunter? As usual, there are 5 rounds: plot, production, structure, conflict, and characters. There are 5 rounds, so that way only one series can win. Let's get right with the video.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I dare.
Here's the thing about One Piece. You would think that since it has over 900 episodes, that it has a very complicated plot, that have a whole bunch of different layers to it, but no. That's not even the case. One Piece is about a guy, Luffy, and his pirate crew who's trying to find the legendary treasure called the One Piece. And that's literally it. I mean, yeah, obviously there's a whole bunch of different arcs, and those arcs have their own individual plot lines, but in a sense, this is all that it's really about. And I mean, yeah, since technically they are pirates, that does mean that the main characters are technically villains themselves, but they're not actually villains because they do have morals. It's not like they just go off and just randomly kill people. Now, the plot of Hunter x Hunter is about a guy, his name is Gon, and he's basically on a quest to become a hunter, and he's also trying to find his lost father. The plot of Hunter x Hunter is actually pretty similar in terms of the adventure aspect of it to One Piece. That's actually why I decided to compare these two. When you first start watching this anime, it'll actually be pretty ordinary. It'll actually feel even a little bit bland, but that's the point of it, because it's an adventure, and in every single adventure, it's supposed to start off slow. It's supposed to start off weak, but then gradually it just builds up steam. Once you're in the core of the series, you're gonna be so glad that you didn't stop watching it at the beginning. So, which of these plots is better, Hunter x Hunter or One Piece? Well, I think the obvious answer is, well, maybe not so obvious for you guys, but for me, it's obvious. The obvious answer is One Piece. And that's because One Piece actually had the ability to take such a simple plot and expand it so much, and it doesn't feel like they're stretching it to the point where it can't be stretched anymore. This plot is actually still so good that even after all those episodes, it's still legitimate. So that means One Piece is gonna win this round, so One Piece is now up 1-0.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I dare.
So obviously, when we're talking about production, we're talking about the animation. We're talking about the soundtrack a little bit too, but it's mostly about the animation. One Piece came out in 1999. It's 2021 and this anime is still airing, so obviously the first episode of One Piece that came out in 1999 looks nothing like One Piece looks like now in 2021. It's such a huge difference. How do you even rate this? I mean, look at Nami for example. In the first episodes, she's like a little girl, and now in 2021, if you look at her now, she looks like a full-grown woman. Like, how did this happen? Is this even the same person? person. Like, I know time skips happen, but there are certain things that time skips just can't explain. Unlike One Piece, Hunter x Hunter actually does have really good animations. And here's the funny thing, Hunter x Hunter actually has a 1999 edition, and it's actually very similar to One Piece's animations back in the day. And when I do compare those two, the 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter is actually better than the 1999 version of One Piece. So comparing those two and comparing the 2011 edition of Hunter x Hunter to the newest episodes of One Piece, overall I would have to say that Hunter x Hunter does have better animations and it's more consistent, and Studio Toei, who does One Piece, actually is known for not being that consistent. So that means that Hunter x Hunter will win this round, so now it's tied 1-1. But before I move on, I have to say, I have heard that the animations of One Piece have been off the chain recently. Like, if you've seen any of the clips or are actually watching any of the recent episodes, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So props to One Piece, they're really killing it right now.
Lights are lit and they're sweet on your embrace. One other thing I dare.
So for structure, this is one of the rounds where I really would like to give it a tie, but I just can't. I have to pick one over the other. Okay, so I'm only gonna pick Hunter x Hunter because it doesn't have a single bad arc. And while a lot of One Piece arcs are absolutely amazing and I would rewatch them 1,000 times, I wouldn't say that the entirety of One Piece doesn't have a single arc that's not even a little bit mediocre. So Hunter x Hunter is gonna take this round, so that means Hunter x Hunter is now up 2-1.
Lights are lit and they're sweet on your embrace. One other thing I dare.
The conflict for One Piece, usually for most anime, this basically would be villains. But for One Piece, it's basically other villains, or in this case, other pirates. Or it might be people trying to catch them because they have such high bounties on their heads, and I really like that concept. The way One Piece uses bounties, it's so funny because it's like supposed to be something bad, like, oh my god, I have a bounty on my head, like I have a 1 billion bounty on my head, everyone's gonna try to kill me for this money. But every single pirate uses their bounty as a flex. So the higher the bounty is, the more of a status symbol they are. Hunter x Hunter also has amazing villains like Hisoka, Murren, Pito, Killua's brother, and the amazing thing that I really like about every single one of those characters is they all have completely different personalities from each other. It's not just a typical, yeah, I'm just this random villain and I just want to be evil for no reason. Well, except for Hisoka, he makes absolutely no sense. Nobody ever knows why he does anything he does or why he acts the way that he is. He just acts like that. Nobody knows why. So which of these two anime have the better conflicts? Well, I'm gonna say that it's One Piece, and it's for this one specific reason. I really like how One Piece is able to foreshadow a conflict a whole bunch of episodes way before it actually is able to happen. So it builds up the hype, or it builds up the hype around that particular person that the crew is gonna come in contact with, and when it does happen, it's incredible. So One Piece is gonna take this round. That means it's now tied 2-2. So whoever wins this next round will be deemed the better series.
Lights are lit and they're sweet on your embrace. One other thing I dare.
Both of these anime have really good characters. I mean, like, super good. Like, they blow every single other series out the water. Luffy is a little bit like every single other main shonen character out there. He reminds me of Goku, he reminds me of Naruto. He has that extreme hunger and he's always eating a lot of meat. And he also has the whole stupid personality, like, oh yeah, he's kind of a little bit stupid, but he's also really strong. Then we have Zoro, who's like the Sasuke, the Vegeta type of character. He's really strong, but he's just not as strong as Luffy. They're just never as strong as the main characters, but they're always the second strongest, and they're always super powerful too compared to everyone else. And then there's characters like Sanji and Usopp who are really funny. And yeah, they may not be as strong as like Luffy or Zoro, but don't get me wrong, Sanji is really strong. But they may not be as strong as like Luffy and them, but they're still super funny and they're still really important to the story. And you really grow with these characters, you really do grow, and you develop favorites. Like obviously you really like all of them and you really like the whole entirety of the story and what they bring, but you get favorites, or you might favor this particular character the most, and that's normal. Hunter x Hunter obviously has really good characters too. It doesn't have as much characters as One Piece, but the thing I really like about Hunter x Hunter's characters, it's that they all have their own different personalities and goals. I mean, yeah, they all wanted to become hunters, but they all wanted to become hunters for different reasons, and they went through all of those reasons throughout the entire anime, and you really grow an attachment to all of those characters. So who has the better characters, One Piece or Hunter x Hunter? I'm gonna say One Piece has the better characters, and here's why. At the end of a lot of the arcs, Luffy adds a new member to his crew, and you never know who's that gonna be. And I feel like that's one of the best aspects of One Piece's characters, that they all come from different parts of the story. So that means One Piece is gonna win this round 3-2, and that is the final score. So that means One Piece wins everything and One Piece is deemed the better anime. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until we meet again, thanks for watching.
Lights are lit under sweat